Thank you so much for attending my presentation about the different forms of LunaDon, and first let's look at the classic, LunaDon. This restricted core of Lunala and Groudon is one of, if not the most iconic duos ever, with a ton of results including a Worlds win, a Worlds runner-up, and so many other results it's not hard to see why. These two Pokemon complement each other perfectly. Groudon operates as an extremely powerful attacker, dumping spread damage with Precipice Blades and setting the sun. Plus, it has a bunch of other interesting tools. Swords Dance doubles its attack, reversing Incineroar's frustrating Intimidate ability. Rock Tomb is surprisingly powerful speed control, especially in Gen 8, where it can turn into an ultra strong Max Rockfall. Heat Crash, Thunder Punch, and Dragon Claw are viable coverage, it's got a lot to do. However, its kryptonite has always been Kyogre. With super effective water moves and the ability Drizzle to reverse Sun, it can easily outspeed and knock out Groudon, but that's where Lunala comes in. With Wide Guard and Trick Room, it can turn the tables on the whale and keep Groudon completely safe from Kyogre's spread moves. Even in Gen 9, while the power levels are getting a bit out of hand, LunaDon is looking to be viable yet again, it really never dies. Of course though, Groudon is scary, it can miss its moves and it can be a bit slow to get going without Trick Room. That's why some people have instead tried a LunaDon core, Lunala and Koraidon. Unlike the Gen 3 restricted, Koraidon is stupid fast and can get off its powerful 100% accurate close combats without that much trouble. Plus, it still sets Sun, enabling some powerful attackers like Raging Bolt and Shiyu. Koraidon is currently one of the most used restricted Pokemon for this reason, it often just feels like a better Groudon. Thus, Lunala looks to be a strong partner, especially since the two have near perfect type coverage. Lunala's big problem is Dark types, resisting both of its stab options and forcing it to click the precarious Meteor Beam. You know who blows up Dark types though? The strongest fighting type in the game. Some though disagree, and for good reason. Koraidon doesn't get much off of Trick Room, and Lunala can be a bit too slow for the fast-paced styles that the dinosaur wants to run on. Thus, some people have ditched Lunala entirely, opting for the other Ghost Psychic restricted Calyrex Shadow instead. So what if, instead of Lunadon, you ran Lunadon, in this case Lunala and Miraidon? Already, the synergies are obvious. While Miraidon's blazing fast speed stat makes Trick Room seem unappealing, electric terrain makes up the difference. Opposing Amoonguss are completely locked out of Spore, which is great since Lunala really doesn't like getting outsped and slept when the speed is reversed. Iron Hands also gets a boost, turning into a super dangerous fighting type threat that's slower than almost everything. Remember that type synergy that Lunala and Koraidon had? We see it there too. Miraidon also offers a fast offense mode with Electro Drift threatening Okos on pretty much every single non-resist in the format. But what if the issue isn't actually the Dawn? What if it's the Luna? Introducing LunaDon, the pairing of Ursaluna and Miraidon. This idea aims to maximize Trick Room potency, adding an absolute bomb that, like Iron Hands, isn't easy to handle. Ideas like this are seen the most often alongside Calyrex Ice, a slow restricted that can easily snowball hard. Once the dimensions twist, there aren't many defensive answers to those two plus Miraidon and Iron Hands. Ursaluna even has defensive merit, acting as a crucial ghost immunity against the ever-dangerous Calyrex Shadow. Calyrex Ice sure can't take its Astral Barrages, but the bear can easily knock it out with a Guts-boosted Headlong Rush. But honestly, fuck Miraidon, I hate that thing, it's too strong. I think we should run the LunaDon core, Ursaluna and Rhydon to stop it. Both are ground types, taking Electro Drifts, Volt Switches, and Discharges with ease. Rhydon, though, goes a step further. This thing gets Lightning Rod, redirecting all electric moves right towards it and taking no damage even after terastallizing. As crazy as it might sound, Rhydon has gotten a tiny bit of usage in Regulation G for this exact reason. With an Eviolite and Terra Fairy, it doesn't take much damage from Miraidon's Dazzling Gleams and can dish massive punishment back with high horsepower. Running this on something like Kyogre, for example, might be beneficial. You know what core could work really well with Kyogre? Lunadon. Lunala and Archelodon run with the second restricted Kyogre could be threatening. The goal is to get up Trick Room and sweep with a barrage of powerful options like Lunala's Meteor Beam, Archelodon's Electro Shot, which is broken in the rain, and Kyogre's Water Spout. Then maybe give it a Basculegion or Scarf or Shifu to take advantage of the water type boost, and you have yourself a coherent team. Archelodon can absolutely take names in Regulation I. Actually, you know what I've been thinking about? This team loses to Zamazenta. You can't lose to Zamazenta in this format, so what if we ran something else instead? Introducing the LunaDon core, running Lunala and Dondozo on the same team. These two bulky threats are very frustrating to take down. Dondozo in particular threatens to just win the game when positioned well once, with tons of Pokemon being completely unable to deal enough damage, and Lunala just ties it all together, setting Trick Room for the fish and handling physically bulky targets that shrug off boosted Wave Crash. Now I just need to figure out who I want to run these two with. Well, with Lunala on the team, I probably want a Trick Room attacker, and since I also have Dondozo, I'm gonna run some bulky Pokemon Guys, I figured it out. This is my Luna Don Don team, featuring Lunala, Ursaluna, Groudon, and Dondozo. With speed control, weather, offense, and defense, this is unquestionably the perfect team. Miraidon loses to Ursaluna, Calyrex loses to Wideguard, Incineroar loses to Dondozo, Rillaboom loses to the very meta Rindo Berry Heat Crash Groudon. There just isn't anything that can stop me. Well, actually, water types are pretty bad. I don't totally know how I stop Urshifu Rapid and Kyogre at the same time. Then if they have manual rain with something like Tornadus, I probably just lose too. Honestly, fast attackers just blow this team out of the water. I don't know what it can do to fix. You know what? No, this format fucking blows, man. Restricted Pokemon are so bullshit. They just center the meta around them, and then you can't use fun stuff. Oh boy, guys, I'm so excited for another Calyrex Shadow Zamazenta party where it's still just Incineroar, Rillaboom, and Urshifu Rapid, you turning off of each other for 15 fucking turns. I'm so tired of VGC. It's all the same stuff packaged with different color wrapping paper. I can't do this anymore. Instead of this disaster, I'm gonna go play my favorite tier, DPPZU. Okay guys, here's the backbone of my DPPZU team. Lunadon, Lunatone, and Bastiodon. Lunatone is a pretty good setup sweeper with both Calm Mind and Rock Polish to boost its stats and rip through meta threats like Golbat. It is Psychic for stab and can use Earth Power to hit the ever-annoying Steel types. Bastiodon is my Rock setter. It is toxic to spread annoying status across the board and can reliably take a hit to roar out a setup sweeper once it gets online. Seems pretty good. Well, maybe it would be if Probopass wasn't in the tier, which completely invalidates it. Not only does it also get Stealth Rocks, but it has an actual special attack stat allowing it to click decently strong power gems and flash cannons. Plus, you get to trap steel types like Wormadam Trash Cloak with the Magnet Pull ability. Introducing my new team, Lunapass. This team takes advantage of Lunatone and Probopass, which in conclusion, there's a lot of different kinds of Lunadon. From meta-restricted cores to unused side gimmicks, I didn't even mention Donphan, there's a ton to explore. Thank you so much for watching.